not related to you, but is going on, and with Terry asking to be traded. I'm just curious from a veteran's perspective, how do you guys, I don't want to deal with that, but handle that? Is it something you talk to about? Like, what do you guys do with that?
I heard a quote from Bobby that says you got to pay your own bills before you pay someone else's, kind of thing. So it's like I have to focus on what I have to do. 17 knows I love and support him. You know, that's my guy. You know, I wish him the best, but right now I have to come out here and I have a job to do, and so I have to focus on that. But he's got my support. He knows we love him.
Is there something with this team, too, that is able to handle things like that better than in the past?
Yeah, I mean, we're just a group of guys that understand that, like, at the end of the day, we all have a job to do. We all have a responsibility to each other to come out here and bring our best self out here. And so understanding that, right, that's kind of just the understanding of it all.
And can I guess one more? For you, for special teams, it seems like we were talking to a couple of guys on the sidelines, like, it seems like there's more of the core guys in building that more. Do you see? I mean, obviously you and Nick, but you know, guys like Percy and some other guys like that. Is there a bigger, deeper core than there's been in the past?
Yeah, man. I always say these people. Some people only pay attention to like the main guys that get the the recognition, but it takes all 11, right? Percy's been pivotal, since he's been here, right? Hasn't got a lot of talk, but like he's one of those dudes that has always showed up and always made plays when he's out there, So it's like it takes a village out there to go and compete and get the job done. He's one of those guys, and along with some of the younger guys that are coming along. Kane's coming along really well. He's going to be a really good player. Bill's going to be a really good player out there for us as well. So, like, these are young guys that are kind of taking after what the vets are saying and kind of just running with it because, the standard is the standard with that group.
Hey, Jeremy. This team has gone through a lot over the last couple of years. A lot of updates to the facility, new practice field, locker rooms, all this other stuff. I mean, for you who's been here for so long, I mean, what has that been like for you to see all these changes, all positive, come the last couple of years? Oh, man, it's been a blessing, right? You go through every phase of, organization. I've been through 3 team names. It's 2 owners. It's my 3rd coaching staff. So I've kind of seen the evolution of this place, right? And it's just been a blessing to just be a part of this journey while I'm on my own journey, right? So it's so cool to just see, the fruits of the labor of the guys that have been here before, that worked hard, that didn't really get to see it. I was very fortunate and blessed enough to be one of those guys that was here before and kind of see the fruits of the labor that came after. So I'm so grateful and thankful,
Hi, Jeremy. So going off that question, I mean, you have been here for a couple of years now.
Right.
Is there anything that you feel is different about this year opposed to any of the years before, like within the team, the dynamic, the energy, anything? It's
a new year, I think the biggest thing, and I don't like talking about last year because it doesn't matter anymore, but, you saw what the possibilities were when you have a great group of guys that go out there and compete every day, right? So we keep the core guys still the same, right? And now you just get to build off of it. It's not really, you don't have to rebuild. You got the same fundamental guys that have been here, and you've added new key pieces, right? And you just kind of bring them along to the standard of what it is that we expect here. And so you just go out there and compete. And so it's exciting now to just go out there and see everybody putting their best, foot forward each day and kind of stacking days because those pay you back in, September, October, November, December. And that, that playoff football, that's when it matters.
We've only been in camp just about a week or so, but how comfortable are you with the install at this point? And what are some areas of growth in your game that you're hoping to address throughout the next couple of weeks?
I think the biggest thing for me is that the game has just slowed down so much for me. Even from last year to this year, right? I was coming off a knee injury, and everything was just kind of going really fast, right? I was trying to prove myself to a new staff and a new front office. And this year, I just came in with the confidence that, all I have to do is be me. And, at the end of the day, right, this is a game, and I get to come out here and have fun every day and compete. And so I've just been out here flying around, looking at the different things that offenses are showing, formation-wise, split-wise. Okay, who's on the ball? Where's my deep threats when I'm at safety? And just kind of going out there and just trusting what I see. I think that's the big thing with guys is, like, they might see something, but they don't necessarily trust what they're seeing. You got the instincts for a reason, right? So you got to use them.
And obviously year 2 for Jaden. What have you seen from him in terms of his growth in leadership and maturity in the locker room?
He's the same kid, man. Like, no matter how high it's been for him, all the great things that have happened for him, he's still even keel, right? He's got that just cool demeanor to him. And I think that's the best part about him, right? Because he doesn't let the highs get too high or the lows get too low, right? Adversity comes in this game, right? It's inevitable. Injuries happen. You know, things don't always roll your way, but he's still the same person every day, and I think that's what makes him special. Mike,
It's all the way over
there's
there.
over there. Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah, I don't want to cut in front of people.
Let's see the hands. You want to catch it?
Appreciate you, man. Hey, just curious, you know, it seems like the culture here has really turned a corner, you know, over the last year into this summer. What's that stem from, and what makes Dan Quinn such a culture driver as a coach?
He's a leader of men, first off, right? When you have somebody that understands what it's like to be in the shoes and in the lens of the player, as he says, you know, that's already a plus, right? That's somebody that you can always go to, right? I went to Coach Q and asked him, hey, where can I be better in these areas, right? What part of my leadership role can I be better in? And, right, it's just that constant feedback. You know, he's always trying to sharpen the tool, as he says, toolbox. And so, like, that's somebody that you always can go to and get the honest truth, right? And so when you have that as a player, that's all you ask for. And so the culture-wise, right, you just got a bunch of guys that want to win and want to do whatever it takes to win, and that's what they care about. So when you have that, you have a selfless building. It's not really about one person. It's about the collective. And so we have that in this building, right? You ask me to go do whatever, I'm going to go do it, right? Because I know if that helps the team, that's what matters.
Was there a moment where maybe that started to really click going back to last year?
Oh, yeah, man. We kind of just, you know, we got a group of men that, you know, we sat down and we talked about what we expected out of ourselves and the group, right? So if I come to you and I say, hey, like, that's not really it. You know, I'm not attacking you personally. That's just a standard that we set. And so we all sat down as men and we talked, and, you know, we made something that, you know, that we hold ourselves to. And so going into a new year, right, now it's just bringing new tools that we've had, new pieces that we've added, and, you know, getting them along speed of what we expect. Appreciate you.